Alright, so Samsung is already moving on from the A56, and the first real signs of the Galaxy A57 just popped up. And yeah, this one looks like a solid upgrade for the mid-range crowd. So here's what happened. A prototype Galaxy A57 just showed up on Geekbench, and as usual, that early benchmark spilled the name of the new chipset. Samsung's going with the Exynos 1680 this time, replacing the 1580 inside the A56. And look, the scores aren't final, so don't get too excited or too disappointed. These early numbers always change, but still, for a prototype, pulling around 1,311 in single core and about 4,347 in multi-core on Geekbench 6.5, that's not bad at all for this price segment. Now here's where things get interesting. The unit tested was rocking 12 gigabytes of RAM. The A56 also had a 12 gigabyte variant, but seeing that again with the A57 basically confirms Samsung isn't cutting corners on memory, and it was running Android 16, which makes sense because this phone should launch early 2026. So yeah, fresh software out of the box. The CPU setup inside the new Exynos 1680 is where you can actually see Samsung tweaking the formula. It's got one prime core at 2.91 gigahertz, 4 performance cores at 2.6 gigahertz, and 3 efficiency cores at 1.95 gigahertz. So compared to the Exynos 1580, Samsung basically swapped one efficiency core for an extra performance core. That should give you better responsiveness and smoother boosts in demanding apps without hurting battery too much, at least in theory. Again, this could still be a test chip, so final clocks might change, but overall, this tells us two things. First, Samsung is clearly trying to make the A57 feel like a more premium mid-range device, especially with that stronger CPU cluster. And second, if they keep the same pricing structure, this might be one of the better balanced A-series phones next year on a solid chipset, plenty of RAM, and fresh software. Now, of course, this is just the beginning. Design leaks, camera details, battery info, all that should pop up soon, and I'll keep you posted as they drop.